In an example of how fast time flies, I figured that the video that you are looking at on your screen right now, uploaded by UXW Bill, was made at some point within the last year or so. Well, imagine my surprise when I looked down and realized that it was made in 2013. It's over 3 years old now. Wow. We said the making of this video. But either way, that's not really the point. That particular video is of a Franklin Computer spelling ace, model number SA-98. What I've got for you is something that I thought was identical, but as it turns out, well, it's not quite. What we got here is a Franklin Computer Spellmaster. And this particular unit here is actually model number SA-103. There's a couple copyright dates there. You can pause the video if you want to read any of that. Interestingly, it was made in Korea. Unlike his unit, though, I did have to replace the 4 batteries, which are AAA cells. I was half expecting to find AA's, but I'm glad that they were AAA's because I actually had AAA's in my stock. The unit itself actually came with 2 different types of batteries. This was one of them. SuperGuard, mercury and cadmium free. No idea who makes them, but I'd imagine that they are just a cheap Chinese brand. There were 2 of those. Here's the second one. Sort of get a look. Some of the corrosion had gone on them. Not in good shape anymore. They're toast. And then it also came with 2 of these, which are in worse condition. These are Maxell Super Power Ace batteries. But interestingly enough, they either were red at some point and the color has just all been dissolved away, or they were gray batteries as opposed to the usual red that I see on Maxell Super Power Ace batteries. And here, of course, is the last one, which isn't in that bad of a shape, really, when you consider it. But of course, you might be able to tell that it has leaked. As for this particular unit, take a look here. Keypad. You can see it looks virtually identical to the keypad on the SA-98, except maybe by the virtue that it might have a slightly different typeface on it, or the keys might also be slightly smaller. I'm not exactly positive. Letters of the alphabet only, as well as 2 wildcards here. That's a backspace key, enter key, a clear key, keys for going through the list of words that it will provide you, and of course the power key. When you turn it on, we get a notification that it is a Franklin Spellmaster and that it is now ready for a word. So let's see what happens when I just type in some letters here. Now apparently I stumped it. I can't find anything in its word bank that possibly matches QWERTY. So let's try putting in something that should be in its word bank. Let's just that. You can see it shows up, and it appears as though that is the only option that it is giving us, based on that character there. Yes, it is the end of the list as well as the start of the list. So, let me now try typing in something else. We'll do a question mark and see what we get out of it. Appears as though that is just for one letter. And we can press clear and do that same thing, but this time with a dash. And see what it gives us now. It's taking a fair bit longer. I noticed that this unit actually displays checking as opposed to the SA-98 that UXW Bill demonstrated, which said making a list. It looks like multiple letters to me. So as you can see, there are definitely a lot more options here. And so there you go. There's your quick little video of a Franklin computer spellmaster whose linguistic technology appears to have been made by proximity and Merriam-Webster. I'm presuming that it uses Merriam-Webster dictionary and proximity to detect how close to a word you have and to go through a list of words and find potential matches and all that whatnot. That's what I'm presuming that's for. As for the utility of such a thing, well, it's useful for somebody who I guess is somebody who's younger, who doesn't necessarily know how to spell stuff, and this can certainly help. Let's try putting in Franklin. Let's see what we get out of it. Just out of curiosity. Franklin. It appears as though Franklin is not actually in its dictionary. That's interesting. But either way, there's your Franklin Computer Spellmaster. Thank you for watching. If you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then.